When it comes to accounts receivable, there are, broadly speaking, two kinds of work orders in the facility services system: those we charge for directly and those we don't. Depending on the type of work being done and the location where it's being done, the department receiving the work may ultimately get billed for it. Or maybe they won't. Confusing? Not really. Facility Services provides a service statement to the UTK campus that details what's chargeable where. If you're curious, you'll find a link to download this service statement below this training module. There are two categories of functional areas. Auxiliary spaces include athletics, housing, and dining halls. Education and general spaces, or E&G buildings, are usually academic and administrative buildings. For the most part, any work done in an auxiliary space is chargeable. There are so few exceptions we won't even focus on those areas for this training. In fact, just selecting an auxiliary space as the asset in Dash will ensure that the department gets charged. You don't have to do a thing. The E&G spaces are where things can get a little trickier. Our service statement lists a variety of tasks that might be considered, let's say, all-inclusive for E&G buildings. This includes routine tasks like maintaining and repairing lighting systems or pruning shrubs, or providing compost bins, or cleaning offices and maintaining electrical substations. It's a fairly extensive list and covers most of the regular maintenance and upkeep of our facilities. However, things like event support, moves, signage, extra cleaning or mowing outside our routine schedule, and new construction or space modification, as well as any work done on an auxiliary space, are outside the scope of our routine work and so would be considered chargeable. Changing a work order to chargeable is very easy. Once the work order is created, you'll need to find the Additional Information section. You can find this under the General Information tab of the work order. Toggle the expander arrow for Additional Information and find the drop box for Chargeable. Ensure Yes is selected in the data field. Chargeable work orders must always have the correct chart of account string added to ensure billing goes to the right department. If the work order was originally entered through the Work Request portal, the COA will be auto-filled as part of that submission. However, any work orders created by a Facility Services employee directly in Dash will need to have this information entered. This is a critical step. If any element is incomplete or incorrect, or if a different department than the one listed needs to be charged, then you'll need to complete the segments with the correct chart of account information. Each segment of the chart of accounts has its own drop-down box. Select the correct numbers for each field and then save the work order. One other important point. In some cases, you may find a routine, non-chargeable task evolves into something chargeable. Perhaps a light fixture needed a basic repair, and then the department decided to instead upgrade the fixture at their own cost. In situations like this, while it might seem logical to simply add an operation to the existing repair work order, you'll instead want to leave the original work order in its non-chargeable state and then create a new chargeable work order for the fixture upgrade. A single work order cannot be divided into chargeable and non-chargeable, and since we don't want to charge for the routine repair along with the upgraded fixture, you'll create new work orders for tasks that need to be billed. Ultimately, if you're not sure whether a work order should be chargeable or not, ask your supervisor. It's always going to be best to figure it out and get it right before you start adding time and materials to it.